Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to OWLET. Yes, it is week 5, day 2 of OWLET, and today we have a matchup between the Deadlock Gang and WSOL, Weed Stomp on Land. Let's take a preview of the match. It will be a 4-map tie between the two teams, and we will be starting on Ilios. Then we will proceed to Dorado, Numbani, and finishing up on Volskaya Industries. If we do have a 2-2 tie between the teams here, a 5th map will be played, and it will be Rialto. And joining me today on color commentary is Mr. Crit. How are you doing, Mr. Crit?
Hello, I'm doing well. Thank you.
So yes, between these two teams, we've got a top of the table matchup between Deadlock and WSOL. So let's take you to the tail of the tape. So we are a little early on these maps. So my information here has been updated only through week 1 of stage 2, but it looks like both teams have winning records on all 4 maps today. So that might not be the case here by the end of it. The only blemish here is WSOL's record on Volskaya Industries going 4-1. They did drop a map on Volskaya. Deadlock Gang are perfect on Volskaya Industries. But that's not really the story here. The story here is if you go by map format. So we take the entire record of both teams, Deadlock and WSOL, and you see WSOL has only dropped 1 map on all of the categories. So 1 loss on Assault, 1 on Escort, Hybrid, and Control King of the Hill. Whereas Deadlock Gang has sort of a mixed record, winning by the way, a winning record. But that 5-4 record on Escort there is a big blemish on Deadlock Gang's record, and a lot of that is due to the fact that Deadlock Gang was going into Escort in most cases up 3-0 and just let the team sort of play and hang out. So that 5-4 record on Escort is not necessarily. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Owlet. Yes, it. That I'm a little bleed through there on my sound, but that 5-4 record is not necessarily the true record of what Deadlock Gang could actually do on Escort. So we're going to have a really tough match between the two teams here. So, Mr. Crit, you've scrimmed with WSOL here on a regular basis. Tell me, what should we be expecting from them as a team coming out here on these maps?
Right, so WSOL is like a very strong contending team here so far in Outlet. I believe they're actually number 1 on the standings. So in terms of like the regular team composition they like to run, I know it's been a while since I last scrimmed them, but usually they like to go very tank heavy. Sometimes they'll do some triple tank comps you'll see rolling out on some maps. But I believe I watched one of their recent matches not too long ago, and I saw a goats comp once. So they are pretty flexible in terms of the comps they can pull out here.
Yeah, so that's going to be interesting. For Band, by the way, here, you've got another top team who is in the top 3 in the overall standings of Owlet as of today with a plus 18 map differential and a 7-2 record. So they're no rollover either here, and they've picked up Spurkle, who is a Diva Maestro here from her previous team, which was, if I remember right, Rinse and Shine. So we have
Correct.
so it is a sort of team transfer here, and they've gotten better. So like maybe they were filling that need for an off tank here. So maybe Deadlocking here sort of ready here for WSOL and looking for a big win. They need this win to sort of stay up top and away from that danger zone 5 through 8 section, which is occupied by like 7 teams here. So you want to make sure you get as many wins as possible here. You wouldn't want to keep their map differential up too, but that's going to be super hard against WSOL here as we take a look at the overall standings. And it is WSOL with that 1 loss being that main only loss in their record. So they are the number 1 team overall in Owlet with only 4 maps lost overall. Deadlock Gang are in 4th, but only in map differential alone. They have a plus minus of 14 compared to Excelsior and Band, by the way, at a plus minus 20 and 18 respectively. So this match is going to have fireworks, I think. So it's going to be really, really awesome to see. And for those who are also interested, stay tuned at the end of the cast today. As promised, I will be giving away a ticket to the OWL Finals next week in New York City. with now a street value of over $200. That's right. The gray market has now dictated that the ticket that I own and will be giving away to an Owlet viewer is actually worth $200 based on what I saw on StubHub. So very, very crazy. It is sold out. You cannot get any more tickets here, and the only way to get my ticket was to have watched my stream on Sunday. So if you missed out on that, it's tough luck, because we're going to give it to somebody who was a stream watcher or even a video watcher on Sunday here, and that lucky person, if they live in the New York area, will be able to go to the OWL finals at the Barclays Center in New York City. So it looks like here both Deadlock and WSOL are in their lobbies, but it looks like they waited for Danger Man to sort of come back. I'm going to let the casters that we are ready to go so they can get started at any time. So any other notes, Mr. Crit, that you have on any of these teams? How about your match coming up at 10:30? Are you and your team prepared for your upcoming match here?
Yeah, actually, me and my team, we did a lot of scouting and research yesterday for the match we have later tonight, and I think we're well prepared for it, if I'll be completely honest. So definitely.
Yeah. So for those who don't know, that Top Ramen will be playing today, later on today at 10:30. And do you know who's streaming your game?
Fence123.
Yeah.
This is Twitch URL.
So yeah, so if you guys are interested in even more Overwatch, starting at 10:30, it will be Top Ramen versus clickforheads.exe starting at 10:30 on Fence's stream. So you'll get to see Mr. Crit in action there. So for those who want some back-to-back Owlet action, so there we go. So now let us see what is going on here. Both teams are still delayed. In the meantime, we're going to actually go to a little mini break here, because I think the teams are going to take a second to get ready, as it doesn't look like both teams are ready. When we come back, it will be Ilios as the first map here between the Deadlock Gang and WSOL. We will be back as soon as the teams are ready to go. Oops. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back, and we are starting at well here on Eleos. It will be WSOL in red and Deadlock Gang in blue. So, Mr. Crit, what do you expect here from both teams here on the well with that big giant hole in the middle? I expect maybe some pulled pork from either team, or is that just not how they play?
I think it's definitely a possibility, considering just how often you see it on well. I would also expect to see Farah, since she's pretty prevalent on Ilios in general, but she works quite well on well. Um, so we do have quite a bit of variation in the team comps here for both teams. So definitely looking to be like a very interesting matchup here as we head into things.
Yeah, so it looks like here, there are some late switches here as Fat Mike goes to the Widow, and a Superhero and Nola Lee here are going to go up in the air. For WSOL, it looks like Sensic is going to go up in the air with Lunacy, and Audit Decant is going to actually go onto the Zen. So usually usually a lot of times you see Audit there on the Mercy, but not in this particular case. But they're going with the sort of dive here into the back, so the WSL are being very aggressive, and APOC here actually main tanking in the front. He's really super low here. He's got to be super careful. He's literally just sort of one tick. He's going to try to fly back, but gets killed as he lands, and then looks like Deadlock here get the first advantage here. Didn't look like they were a little bit coordinated on that dive, which sort of cost them there in the beginning.
Yeah, Deadlock looking very strong there, especially Dangerman 25 as he got the DMAC and I believe somebody else. So a lot of picks coming out from their end, and that helped them secure the point. We do see Apocalyptic flanking on the Tracer, trying to see if he can get a few picks or irritate the backline as they get ready to set up, and here he goes.
Yeah, it looks like here he's going straight after Fat Mike, and he's trying to get into the back. Good peel there by the D.Va to make sure that Fat Mike there did not get picked off, so that's what you want from your D.Va. So good stuff here by Love Gangster, and it looks like here they're holding the point really sort of decently well. Right, Darius though gets Danger Man out of the way, so they've switched over to looks like a Reinhardt here, but most of the team has sort of fallen back, and a Dragon here comes through onto the point to try to sort of split the team up. But it looks like WSOL are still falling a little bit behind here. Ragdarius here almost gets knocked into the well. They had to be super, super careful here. Vekritas on the point here, getting hammered and killed. He had that Discord orb on him, so that gave the advantage there over to the Reinhardt as they look like they're trying to get the advantage here. They do have a 6v5 advantage, and they sort of want to push it, but Deadlock Gang here looking pretty decently, sort of stalling the point up and not letting get any sort of percentage built up here. They're sort of waiting and not coming around the corner. Rydarius has got to be super careful. Great Earth Shatter there, but he's not able to charge. He does end up getting the charge through and does take out Danger Man, but down goes Rydarius into the hole, but Danger Man got rezzed. Fantastic play there. So they do trade Reinhardts, but one of them ends up being unresable. So now this fight is going to be extended even more. Another Dragon here comes out by New Elite as they're running this sort of triple DPS combo. But I think it's going to cost them as they still have not gotten a tick here on the point. It goes to 99, wow. And they're really sort of pushing it on. The Rydarius here trying to make any space that he can. He's got to be super careful he doesn't get bumped into the hole. The Lunacy there is now over the hole. He gets her shattered himself as he's being pocketed by Danger Man. But finally, 2 kills here now on the side of WSOL. They're starting to get some movement here onto the point. APOC trying to do his best he can on that Tracer, but down goes looks like Rydarius as well as Lunacy there. Great bomb placement by Love Gangster, and it looks like here Deadlock Gang are going to cap the well without letting WSOL get a percentage point. That is not the start WSOL we're looking for.
That was a very dominant play by Deadlock Gang there. They stole the point a lot and never really allowed WSL to try and contest that and take it away from them. There were a lot of clutch plays coming in there, and especially at the end with that D.Va bomb by Love Gangster, which was huge as it took out the Mercy and the D.Va out of mech on the side of WSOL. So very nice first point there by them.
Yeah, very, very good point. And it puts WSOL in a weird position because now they're down 1-0. But the thing about it is I found about well, is that some teams just don't do really well on that map, and then they do they do much better on Ruins and here on Lighthouse. So it looks like not that many configuration changes here coming from the Deadlock gang. On the other side here, it looks like APOC immediately got picked off there by Fat Mike. So good stuff there. The Widow doing what they needed to do. So it looks like Fat Mike is now in a great position. The WSOL is not starting these fights really good at all. They tried APOC here on the Winston earlier to sort of dive into the back, but now there we go. They get 2 kills as Rydarius and Audit can't get 2 kills here. Audit being on that Zen, trying to pick off anybody he can. Superhero takes out Rydarius now, and now it's just a brawl here onto the point. The Sensic actually gets a pick of his own, and now they've controlled the point here, and all the kills are going the way of WSL. They're looking much better here on the Lighthouse.
Yeah, WSOL looking very dominant here on the very first part. Deadlock gang was trying to dive them just to kind of really push them and be aggressive, and it worked for a little while, but WSOL did push back, getting a lot of kills, especially with the help of Rydarius on that aggressive Reinhardt. Definitely helped them to cap that first point, so we do hear see them setting up for defense. Apocalyptic up here on the Genji, trying to get a flank, see if he can try and disrupt Love Gangster from flanking, possibly.
Yeah, I think they're basically just trying to sort of settle in here and make sort of Deadlock and come to them, and that's exactly what they're doing here. They're sort of drawing them in, but Love Gangster gets a great bomb here to take out Apocalyptic. New Elite is glowing like a Christmas tree and has that Graviton, but there's nobody to help her out with regards to it, so she's basically a sitting duck here in the back, trying to sort of hold off this point by herself. Unfortunately, that's not going to happen as she gets dived on and killed here, so not very good at all there. They just were a little bit overwhelmed here by Deadlock, and unfortunately they're going to cost. But they're going to have a plethora of ults here going to be attacked. You know, Elite will have the Graviton, Sensic will have that High Noon ready to go, and APOC is going to have the Blade here. So they might combo the Blade and the Graviton here to do a good big wipe. But let's see, the engage actually starts right now as Rydarius is coming down the stairs. But it looks like Love Gangster and Nola Lee here up at the top. Here comes APOC here with the Blade, but immediately he gets sort of slept. So now here comes Sensic here with his ult, and he gets immediately sort of body blocked and sent out of the way as Sensic is just unable to only get Love Gangster's mech, but they did the job as it looks like here WSOL has captured the point again.
Yeah, WSL taking the point back from Deadlock. It seems to be a very common thing here where it's just back and forth brawls over this objective, which is already telling this is going to be a very exciting match.
Yeah, and the thing about it is it looks like WSOL were saved. They used both of their DPS ults, but they saved that Graviton here. So very interesting. Maybe they were just looking for, they know that there's going to be a good amount of ults here going to be available from Deadlock. But Lunacy gets deleted right away with that tire. That was the target that they looked for. And it looks like here comes the Graviton as they trap him in the doorway. But all the kills have been all on the side of Deadlock gang. Deadlock just wiping the floor here with WSOL here on the point. They cap the point right back here at 86% for WSOL. So WSOL here looking good. They just need to win one more fight, maybe 1.25 fights here in order for them to cap the point, as Deadlock gang still have about 50% to go.
Yeah, going into that last fight, Deadlock gang looked like they were in a lot of trouble as they did get grabbed by the New Elite. But that Earthshatter coming out from Danger Man really did save them as it got quite a few, and it really helped them stall it off as they were able to get some finishing picks. So we do see Love Gangster going in with a Diva Bomb, unable to find anything. But Danger Man charging into the enemy Ryan, trying to see if he can be very aggressive here into the backline.
Yeah, he's trying to get into the backline here, but it's basically left the point wide open as they sort of congregate here onto the point. A charge comes through, and Audit Decant gets sent very far away, and it looks like deleted by a superhero, but they immediately get the point back. Deadlock lose it at 83%. They're going to have to sort of regather and reset, but it looks like they're not going to have time to, as they're going to fight directly here onto the point. It might cost them if they get wiped. Looks like a Lucio ult comes out as Love Gamster's trying to just sort of get anybody off the point here. The fight has sort of devolved onto the point, but it looks like Deadlock Gang looking very good as they come in with 2
huge
kills.
shatter coming up by Radarius.
Yeah, Radarius trying to actually save his team here with a big shatter. He's going to get a charge here and get Vekritas into the corner, but it's going to cost him his life as overtime ticks down, but it's going to go to the way of Deadlock Gang, but they're not going to be able to defend very well as everybody is going to still have to come back. Fat Mike, though, getting 2 big kills in the back. WSOL were ready to come in, and Fat Mike had positioned himself in that hallway to take out both supports coming out. So Audit Decant got taken out unexpectedly here.
Huge pin by Danger Man here.
And
that rounds it off.
That rounds it off. They weren't able to get back to the point, and Deadlock Gang draw first blood on Ilios. WSOL there, not expecting that to happen to them. And here comes Apoc here with the play of the game. I think this is his Dragon Blade. Yes.
Yeah, both teams looking very dominant on this map. There's a lot of times where I even thought it could go either way, especially on this last round here of Ilios. There's a lot of great big ults coming out and a lot of nice clutches here by a lot of the people on both sides of the teams. Radarius getting a lot of clutch shatters and stopping the other team in their tracks, but Deadlock Gang comes out on top for Ilios.
Yeah, they're looking really good there. The thing about it is it's all about efficiency here. So you're looking like it's going to be one of those things in which the teams are going to be very, very close going into each map. And it's going to be the little tiny mistake here and there that's going to matter as to who's going to win. But this is going to be a very, very close fight. So everybody at home, sit tight. This is going to be a great match here between Deadlock and WSOL. When we come back, it will be Dorado as the next map. So right now it is WSOL up 1-0 here on the Deadlock Gang. WSOL down 1-0 here to the Deadlock Gang here after Ilios. And when we come back, as I said, it will be Dorado. So stay tuned. We will be right back.
The world could always use more heroes. world could always use more heroes. The world could always use more heroes.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are back, and it is going to be Dorado. So, the land of Mexico and escort maps, as we will be taking you through all 3 points here of Dorado, and it will be the Deadlock gang here on offense first, and WSOL will be defending Dorado. So, Mr. Crit, if you were planning for either of these two teams on Dorado, what would you do here on defense, knowing that you are 1-0 down to the Deadlock gang?
Well, first thing I would do, especially for on defense against the Deadlock gang, is they seem to be very well executed in terms of dive. Their player, Love Gangster in particular, seems to be very good at really disrupting stuff like that. So definitely I would try to set up maybe like a Widowmaker on defense to pick off support and make sure to have somebody to deal with flankers. Maybe if they run like a dive comp, because that's not too uncommon on this map.
Yeah. So, and it looks like they might be following a little bit of your advice here with Sensic here on the Widow. So maybe they realize that they're going to have to do something. The configuration for Deadlock Gang is a little bit all over the place here. So you're looking at Branjo there. Love Gangster goes to the Diva. So there are, and Vekritas, and it looks like Branjo here going to some solid heal. They're going pick, but it looks like Fat Mike. Yeah. So they were hiding there. they were hiding their configuration here all the way to the very end here, maybe trying to avoid any stream sniping, as they say. So Danger Man here will be on the Reinhardt here, as the defense has set up here up at the top. You've got Rydarius now on the looks like on the Genji here, with APOC here now main tanking. It looks like here they've gotten the payload here all the way to the bridge, and now the defense here is set up. WSOL transitioning very, very well here, right under to the walkway here. No picks by either team here, so it looked like the advantage here will go to the team that gets the first kick, but APOC being very aggressive and pays for it. It looks like he gets taken out here by Danger Man, as well as Fat Mike being picked off there by Sensic. So 2 kills there right away. Sensic gets immediately rezzed by Lunacy, and but they're moving, and this payload has not stopped. It looks like the team is going to be falling backwards here, as Danger Man here charges in, gets taken out by New Elite, as APOC comes back right before the point here. So it looks like, do they get the point? I don't think they've actually capped. Have they capped it yet? I think they have, as kills are being traded here back and forth. No, it looks like the doors have not opened, but it looks like Sensic here, immediately with a Dragon Blade, right? Darius going after Love Gangster here in the back. And yeah, they didn't cap it. My goodness, how close did they get? That door didn't open, but that payload is like right there. I've never seen that before. So
yeah, me neither. It must have been like less than a quarter of a meter or something.
Yeah,
like that.
That's crazy. Because I was a little bit confused, because I see the marker actually highlighted in red, but the doors never open. So now they're engaging again here. Fat Mike takes outright Darius, so they lose a DPS, but immediately Lunacy is right there with the res. But Superhero there takes out APOC, and APOC playing really high up front there. Pays the price, but he needs to do what he needs to do. Vectoritas here takes out Rydarius again, and now finally they will get the point. 4:23 here on the clock. Fairly decent 2 attempts here by Deadlock Gang. The WSOL has to sort of fall back here, and they're not going to be able to establish a high ground defense here because they had to defend so far back. So now it looks like WSOL here are going to be a little bit on the back foot. So what are they going to be able to do here as they lose Audit to Cant here on this Sentinel push?
Yeah, Deadlock Gang is pushing out, trying to be very aggressive, and letting not letting WSOL trying to set up for this engagement. They want to try to make as much space as possible, because albeit from the little bit of slowdown they had on the first checkpoint, you know, they're still going quite strong here, and the D-Bomb goes out, and it does not manage to get anything, unfortunately. Newly stabbing up top here, but it's very dangerous. There's a lot of damage coming out. That Mike does pick off for Darius, and Danger Man does get the Fire Strike on a New Elite's mech. So there's a lot of kills for Deadlock Gang coming out here, and looks like WSOL is going to have to regroup here and try to go back to the drawing board.
Yeah, they're going to have to abandon point B, and that is not good at all, because they're going to give up an extra minute 30 here. So they're going to have about 4:45 on point C, which is an eternity here on Dorado. Deadlock Gang not stopping at all, and a part of it is because they weren't able to just sort of establish that sort of standard high ground defense there on point B. The aggressiveness from Deadlock Gang and the positioning that they've had has been just very, very good here. A charge here by Danger Man as he comes through. Nothing doing here as APOC gets pushed back, but no kills here on the side. Sensic does pick off a Superhero, and Fat Mike goes down. So, and it looks like here the Blade comes out with Audit to Cant's Transcendence. So this is going to be a win here, but they got the payload through the door. And that's what they really wanted to do on this push. Get it out of the doorway, get it out of a position where it's a bad fight. And now they have a little bit of flexibility here to change direction and maybe flank around.
Yeah, WSOL managing to take control of the situation. They're going to need to do that a couple more times, though, because they have quite a bit of time on the clock here. So they have to be very cautious in how they use their ults. They do have the ult advantage, though, over Deadlock Gang, so they're going to have to play this very smart. But Deadlock Gang approaching, and Love Gangster diving Sensic, trying to get him off the high ground and saying, no, not this time. You're not going for my supports. And we do see a D.Va battle coming up top here, and the cart is still moving with Fat Mike getting a pick on Rydarius. We do see a D.Va bomb coming out by both teams here. Some fireworks tonight, but Love Gangster does get Luna, which is very huge for Deadlock Gang. There are still going picks from both sides, but Deadlock Gang having a lot of picks going in their favor. And New Elite does get demeched, and Fat Mike just picking off people one by one. It's like he never stops. A Superhero ulting in their spawn, getting a few people, getting Rydarius as well. Looks like they're not stopping anytime soon. Luna going for a last desperation attempt on the point, and Sensic not able to touch in time. So
What?
It looks like Deadlock Gang not stopping there.
What a push by the gang. My goodness, look at how much time they have remaining. 2:58 on Dorado. That last point is a pain in the ass to complete, and they made it look easy against WSOL here. So WSOL now up against it. They give up 2:58 here on the clock, but this is, remember, this is a regular escort map, so therefore, like, even if WSOL complete with 0 time remaining, they will get a minute here on the clock, so they will get a second chance, but they need to complete, and that is going to be key here. So looks like some sort of configuration switches here, as APOC looking like he's going to the Winston and the new Elite here going to the Diva, so that sort of Reinhardt Zarya didn't necessarily work here on the defense, so they're going to go dive and they're going to go aggressive here, which unfortunately here is going to sort of, they're going to try to sort of push on Deadlock Gang's defense here. Maybe they dive on Fat Mike, because Fat Mike here is going to be a real threat here to this dive, as there's not going to be a real shield here going to be protecting the supports.
Yeah, Deadlock Gang looking very dominant on the attack, though, with almost 3 minutes on the clock, which is huge for them. WSOL has got a lot on their plate to live up to on the attack. And like you said, they're going for the dive comp with Sensik on his signature Widow here, as he's looking so good. But Fat Mike on the Widow as well, trying to see if he can contest and maybe win the Widow war, as he looked very dominant last round there on the Widow. So we do see a very nice defense coming out from Deadlock Gang. So I'm really excited to see how this will turn out.
Yeah, this is very balanced here by Deadlock. So Superhero has got to be careful for Sensik here, who's going to be trying to look to pick him off here in the air. So that's going to be the danger here from them. But it looks like Sensik here is going to sort of wrap around and try to see if he can get into the back here, trying to get sort of a peek behind there. And what a pick on Vectrius there, so immediately has to burn the res, and that is the key for Deadlock here to dive in. APOC gets taken down, it looks like Danger Man takes out APOC too, so not getting very much here after that initial pick. They wanted to sort of dive in as soon as they got that Zen, but that wasn't the case here, so they're going to still be stalling up a little bit here. Love Gangster comes down, trying to get anybody off the point, and WSOL here not being able to push as they want. Sensik does get another pick on Superhero, but Superhero got him in revenge, and Vectrius actually is able to be rezzed here. So now Deadlock Gang with the advantage with the payload in a terrible position here right before the awning, but it looks like Rydarius immediately with the Genji Blade goes into the back here, does take out Vectrius and Danger Man as he's into the back, trying to sort of clear out as many people as they can. Love Gangster here loses the mech with a Genji right there next to him. So therefore
he's going to get staggered pretty badly here, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. They tried to keep him alive as long as possible here, and they're going to try to do to Deadlock Gang what happened to WSOL here is they're not going to try to allow them to set up a proper defense here on the high ground, and it looks like Danger Man got caught out on the low ground here, and that's exactly what they did. Rydarius here going right after the back, gets booped off, but Sensik gets a Superhero, so they lose their high DPS here, as it looks like Danger Man here trying to sort of hold the line as best they can. And it's APOC sort of a jump ship, goes to the high ground here, and dives right back into the melee here, gets taken out. Not enough support here, as New Elite didn't jump down with him. They needed to keep the tanks together here, so it looks like New Elite gets demeched here, and the supports are going to have to fall back as their front line has been decimated.
Sensik getting a pick on the Vectrius, so that is huge on the side of WSOL.
Yeah, and it looks like here they're going to try to push in there using that sort of push, that kill. So losing Vectrius there was big here, and it looks like APOC there trying to prevent Love Gangster from establishing high ground, which is exactly what they need. So back up he goes, and he's got Rydarius with him. So Rydarius here going after Danger Man, who is discorded. So going for a little heavier target instead of sort of diving in. It looks like a Diva Bomb in the air doesn't get anybody, but Rydarius does get Danger Man, and they lose 3 here on the side of Deadlock, as Deadlock is getting pushed back. It's a little slower push here coming from WSOL, but not any less effective. They are doing what they need to do, and Love Gangster here, oh, look at that stagger.
Aww,
that's just evil.
Poor Love Gangster, yeah.
Nothing Love Gangster could do about that. But looks like here, Deadlock Gang are not going to be able to contest point B, or will they? Looks like Danger Man here comes immediately to the point. They're going to try to sort of burn some time off the clock, but Danger Man gets burned down immediately here. Vectrius actually tries to dive in, nothing doing here, and that is trouble. That is trouble in the sense that they're going to have to reset as they're already down 3 here. So super careful that they have to make sure that they're going to do. But APOC comes back and does take out a superhero and the looks like the Mercy also, as the fight is just non-stop here. They're constantly engaging each other as they do not want to give up any sort of space here, as they know that it's super important.
Yeah, Rodarius pushing up with the Dragon Blade. He does find Branjo, and he does get Fat Mike as well. This is a lot of staggers coming out from the side of WSOL onto Deadlock Gang. So Deadlock Gang doesn't have a whole lot of time here as the car rounds the corner to the golden box here. And just a ton of blue in the kill feed for WSOL. They're being very aggressive, punishing Deadlock Gang because they aren't able to really set up here. And the payload moves right here. They're going to have to try and get some last-minute stall here. Both Transcendences popped on both teams. Bomb sent out by Love Gangster, hoping to get something huge and get a save. He does get an audit decant, which is very huge. But Danger Man charges in. The other bomb on the side of WSOL does not find anything, but still kills coming in from them. A superhero does have a tragedy and does pick himself off, but a res comes up from Luna XL to bring back the new elite. A Dragon Blade again coming from Adarius from what seemed like only a moment ago. He does find Danger Man and Love Gangster out of the mech, and he looks like he's just going clean up here as he's getting everybody else off the point.
Yeah, and it looks like though it looks like Vectrius is doing a number here on the stall, as it looks like he's just trying to sort of hold the point off by himself. He basically finally gets started down, but it looks like Branjo actually came back and gets killed. Here comes Danger Man again. They're doing a number here on the stall as they finally get him off the point, and finally they clear with WSOL actually having more time than the Deadlock Gang with 3:11 on the clock. Oh my goodness.
Wow. What a push. And look at how similar those time banks are. That's crazy.
That is pretty crazy. So Deadlock here is going to have to go on offense again because they have a lower time bank by about 8 seconds.
Yeah, 10 seconds. Yeah, something like that.
Something like that. Yeah, so it's 10 seconds. Excuse me. It is 10 seconds. But those times, if you're watching at home, those are amazing times. You don't finish this map with more than a minute remaining. To finish this map with more than 3 minutes remaining, with each team pretty much
quite the feat.
It is quite the feat. So very good offense by both teams here, and pretty much non-stop action. Like myself and Mr. Crit here have to keep talking consistently because there are no breaks. Both teams are playing a very hyper-aggressive style and pushing in on the defense and not allowing each team to sort of set up here. So it's not allowing either team to sort of have a breath and be able to sort of communicate how you want to sort of set up a defense. You've always got somebody in your face, and that is going to be problematic for both teams, and it could end up being a fight of basically attrition here, and who basically has time remaining at the end here to finish the map.
Yeah, we are going to get things started off here, as we do have Widow coming out from Sensic and Fat Mike, the two signature Widow players, doing very well. Superhero back on that Pharah, doing a lot of work on the side of Deadlock Gang.
Yeah, here, and he's. It looks like Superhero's got to be super careful here. So Sensic's going to have his number and going to be trying to look for him in the air. But it looks like WSOL rotating very fast here, and a pause comes through. Not exactly sure what is going on here. So we're going to go to a transition image here in the meantime. So whoops, going to take the music down here. So it looks like there's a pause here. I'm going to check with the chat to see what is going on. Looks like Branju wasn't there for a minute, so they were missing a player here on Deadlock that was sort of AFK, I guess, in the middle of the transition. So Lunacy, Luna XCL, who is our ref and also a player in the game here, called for a pause, and they will be ready here in just a second. So once we're going to unpause it here. And there we go. So
getting right back into the action here as we head into things. Deadlock Gang pushing on the payload with a superhero going on that flank far, trying to see if he can get some damage output. Not before the new elite can dive up and try and stop that attempt. He's firing down onto the payload, but to no avail. It looks like the payload just doesn't plan on stopping anytime soon. Danger Man swinging his hammer wildly. In fact, actually both Reinhardt's going wild with the Mouse 1 game.
Yeah, and it looks like here that the key is that they want to take out the front line here of WSOL, and they're trying to sort of focus on APOC a little bit here as they do take him down. So that will open up the team a little bit here. So New Elite has got to sort of step up, and he absolutely does. Takes Danger Man and it looks like the Pharaoh out. So therefore, there's a little bit of lost space here while they're waiting for APOC to come back. And it looks like here Deadlock Gang have to fall back a little bit. This is not the push that they had before, so it looks like they're getting stalled out here on point A. They're going to have to wait here for Danger Man to sort of come back, and it looks like we have a hero switch as a superhero has gone to the Reaper, trying to sort of counter the heavies here and maybe take APOC out a bit quicker on the front line, because you see a superhero here pushing on him very, very hard here, and it looks like it's forcing APOC to fall back a little bit. Genji Blade now comes out here onto the side. Rydarius here going for the back, going for the main tank here, going for Brandra, who is rezzing, gets that res off. Incredible! Vectoritas was able to sort of come back, and now the kills going all on the side.
That is a huge shatter from the side of Danger Man as he gets 3 down, and he does manage to finish out of the camp. Now, the charge coming in, and he does find Radarius as well. What a cleanup from the side of Deadlock Gang.
Yeah, great cleanup here, and now it's New Elite, Mechless, and dead. So they're really decently stalling the divas here and just letting them go. Now they get point A with 39 seconds left. Remember, this is Escort, and this does not have really that many bonuses for point takes. So it looks like here they're going to have about 30 seconds here to get as far as they can here through point B. If they can win a fight and maybe take a fight into overtime, they can maybe use the delayed stalls to gain a little bit of extra time here. So APOC and the rest of WSOL have to be very cognizant as to when to engage here. They want to make sure that they can get these kills here up and done before sort of overtime starts, so that they don't get stalled too long. But it doesn't look that way, as Deadlock Gang here demechs the Diva, and they get rid of APOC on the front line here. That hyper-aggressive Reinhardt here is is what they're sort of focusing on. Sensic takes out Branjo, which is gigantic. Rydarius comes out again with another blade here, and it's going to try to sort of win it right here. But
huge bomb from Love Gangster.
Oh, Love Gangster takes out both Lunacy and Rydarius. So, and a big ult here by a superhero who had just switched to the Reaper, and now with overtime started, there is a huge delay spawn for WSOL. They're gonna give up point B. This is actually sort of smart for them. No, it looks like New Elite actually just stopped it for a second here. It gives them a little bit of an opening, but now overtime keeps ticking down. They do not get any extra time, so they can get them here right as the doors open if they're looking for a stall. It looks like APOC is coming in right away. He's got to be super careful. He gets taken down. And it looks like here they're going to be down their Reinhardt. And remember, in overtime, stalls are longer. Transcendence here comes out here by Audit Decant, just trying to sort of stall as best as they can. But that payload is still moving. It will still move through the doorway no matter what you do. So there's nothing you can do to sort of stall it. And now Love Gangster goes to the top here, trying to get Rydarius off the point. Look at all the ults for WSOL here. They're going to have to use them eventually. They just want to look at it. They want to get to a point where they can just come in as a team, as they're a little split spawned here. They have to use them now, and ooh, a big Earth Shatter there. Look at that! But a bomb here will take out 2.
Wow.
Superhero and Danger Man get taken out. They used it there right at the right time. Vectoritas here trying to actually get to the point off. They step off the point. They're going to actually lose clock here. Love Gangster did take out Audit Decant. Finally comes down. Overtime ticks down, but look at where it ended.
Deadlock Gang pushed it very far. It was in overtime just after they capped first checkpoint, and they almost managed to take it to the 6th.
Yeah.
So very good job by them. Now it's up to Deadlock Gang on the defense to see if they can stop WSOL from getting as far as they did.
Yeah, and remember, it's a time game. So, like, Deadlock Gang here need to know that they need to win a couple fights, and they want to stall WSOL as long as possible. And if that means sort of staying on the point and making sure that point doesn't move, just so that they can win and get themselves another fight, it'll be super, super important here, because 308 is a pretty decent amount of time if you can sort of blow through the first point. So they want to get at least a pretty decent stall here on point A, which is a pretty good stall point here for them. So Deadlock got held up here at least, I think it was about 2 fights before they were able to sort of break through. Am I right about that, Mr. Crit? Was it 2
they had a little
fights?
bit of a 2 or 3 fights. They had a little bit of a trip up there as WSOL was doing pretty good ult management wise, taking out and getting really smart picks, but Deadlock Gang did manage to push it through. Yeah.
So like they're going to want to do something like that here. So if you look at the configuration that the way WSOL is set up, they're going to look for Sensic here for a pick. So they're going to try to do what they did before, is like basically get somebody out and sort of out of the way before they sort of dive in. But that is not the case here. Sensic got actually, it looks like he got sort of hit by the mine there. So, but it looks like they're going to have to dive up top, and Vekritas actually takes out Darius there up at the top. Not really that big of a kill because the spawn is so close, but APOC here diving in without any support, so he's got to be super careful. He needs to stay closer to New Elite here so that he does not get picked off as easily, because it is him like 1v4 up there on the top, so they got to be super careful. Now, Deadlock Gang hasn't rotated properly here yet, so finally they actually get to pretty decent movement here on the rotation. It looked like it was a little late there, but Sensic does take out Vekritas, but New Elite got taken down, so losing the shield there for the Winston is going to be big, but New Elite comes back, gets the mech back, and is able to sort of come back, so good stuff there. So, Fat Mike takes out Darius, so good big pick here by the Widowmaker, and the fight is now stalled here in the doorway. This is exactly what they wanted. So Deadlock Gang here looks like a Valkyrie and a Transcendence pop. They are popping both of their Serpultarts here just to make sure that they survive, but it still doesn't save APOC, who gets taken out there by the Diva Bomb. Remember, like, burst damage does not, you can't do anything about it. Love Gangster takes down New Elite's mech, and this is going to be another reset here for WSOL. So looking really good. Deadlock Gang have 4 ults here as they're trying to push here on Darius and Lunacy here in the side. So they're trying to sort of stall them as best they can. Darius does take out Love Gangster. And it looks
here
like
comes the ult by Darius.
Yeah. So Darius here into the back here. This is what he wants to do. He's trapped in the mine and almost still took out Branjo. Pretty crazy. He's diving in. He's trying to take out that Mercy. The Mercy does end up going down. APOC pushing Branjo to the limit and not being able to do so. And now Darius comes back to move the point much faster. They get point A, but they do it with about a minute left remaining, and this is going to be super important here for the Deadlock Gang. They need to stop them here again. 54 seconds on the clock. Deadlock Gang have to sort of figure out where they want to stop them, because you don't want to stop them too close and then they'll get another fight and then they could beat you on it. Or do they want to move them closer to point B so that they have a longer spawn and lower the amount of fights that they have going? So now the engage continues here as the fight is now going around the first corner. It looks like Priority here was trying to get the point up top, but a huge
bomb by Love Gangster, taking out both supports on the side of WSOL, and a tire to round it off, taking out Apocalyptic. WSOL, wow.
Yes, so it looks like here, New Elite here, they're going to leave and stagger. Great move here by Deadlock Gang. There's nothing that New Elite can do about it. There's only about 10 seconds left here. WSOL have to win this fight. There's nothing they can do about it except win. They're going to have to sort of dive in, start overtime, and hope they can get the picks that they need. Charge comes in as Danger Man puts himself out of position, and now there is no frontline tank. This is the advantage that they need, but no, all the kills are going the way of Deadlock Gang. It looks like Darius trying to sort of save it now with the blade as he tries to get on. Somebody needs to get onto that point. They are close enough here to sort of push in. Lunacy actually gets APOC right back up, so they're going to have a tank here to sort of hold on onto the point. So this is it. WSOL looking like they might go down too if they can't win this fight. Huge transcendence here by Vekritas as he's trying to sort of save his team and win this fight. Another Diva Bomb here into the backline this time. Does not get anyone. Huge shatter there by Danger Man. Catches most of the team and they get wiped out on the point. And Deadlock Gang now up 2-0 here on WSOL.
Wow, what a hold there from Deadlock Gang at the very end there.
Very, very good fight there by by Deadlock Gang. Being able to sort of control the fight and not let WSOL dictate it to them. So this is Darius here, one of his many, many blades during that fight, but it was just not enough.
Wow, 10 Dragon Blades, that's crazy.
That is insane. The fact that Deadlock Gang were able to survive through all of that and win the game is pretty sick. So Deadlock Gang now up 2-0 there with an amazing scoreline of, what was it, 5-3 on that point.
Yeah.
So pretty crazy here by the Deadlock Gang as we go into halftime. What can you sum up that match? I mean, Mr. Crit, tell me what was that? That was crazy cool.
I feel like it's almost too hard to describe. I mean, that match was just intense there on Dorado. There was a lot of ults being popped and they're being gained very quickly by both sides. There was a lot of damage coming out, and it all came down to just smart ult usage. You did see it at the very end there on the side of Deadlocking. There's Zenyatta pop Transcendence when it was in overtime, and that was huge. As it was able to buy them time and able to just give them a little bit more time to try and clean up on WSOL and without having to worry too much about damage coming in. So great ult usage by them.
Yeah, absolutely. Great ult usage and great stuff there by WSOL. When we come back, it is halftime here in OWLET. So when we come back, Deadlocking will be up 2-0 as we go into our next map, Noombani. Yes, it will be Noombani as our third map. So join us after halftime. It is Deadlocking up on WSOL 2-0.
You know, the world could always use more heroes. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back, and we are here in Noombani. So, Hybrid is the name of the game, and it will be WSOL here initially on offense, and Deadlock here on defense. Deadlock up 2-0 here on the league leaders, WSOL. So, as we said before, this game is going to be a matter of inches between these two teams. Both teams look excellent on all of the maps that we've seen them in, but it looks like Deadlock Gang just a little bit better here on Dorado and on Elios here, Mr. Crit.
Yeah, both of these teams looking very solid today. Deadlocking especially in the first two maps.
Yeah, so it looks like here now, it looks like Deadlock will be sort of setting up a defense here. Fat Mike back on the Widow, and they will be sort of setting up with a Reinhardt defense where they're going to position Danger Man here over by the right side, over by the Chancellor Hotel. And it looks like here their WSOL is sort of hiding their comp here now. It looks like APOC here now going to the Monkey. So they're going to go dive here. So I'm thinking they're going to try to pick a target
that is going to give them the advantage here. The targets that they'll want to probably pick are Vectoritas here in the back and Branjo, but they're going to hide themselves really, really far back, and they're going to have to sort of dive into an area that might not be good for them. So it looks like here, APOC immediately sort of dives to the high ground here to try to get Love Gangster, and now looks like Veritas here on the Diva, trying to do and protect Apocalyptic as best he can, but both Rydarius and APOC both get taken out here, and it's going to be a reset immediately here for WSOL. That dive did not go the way that they wanted it to.
Yeah, Fat Mike did get the first kill, and that was very detrimental in stopping that push coming out from WSOL. So they're going to have to go back here and regroup, and they are going to look like they're going to attempt again coming through main here. Yeah,
so like the idea here is you want APOC specifically to pick a target so that all of them can dive in. And it needs to be an easy enough target that they can get to, but it looks like APOC's having real issues here getting up top, and the dive is just not getting to the targets they want. Now he finally dives into the back and gets Vectoritas. That was probably a better target for him to dive onto, because they do lose that Zenyatta here, and that is a lot of damage. Branjo immediately gets Vectoritas up, so that's going to be huge here, as they're sort of stuck now. They want to get down, they delete Fat Mike with no res available here, so now the staggers start to show up. Love Gangster takes APOC out, but this is probably one of those times in which you're looking at WSL trying to get as many kills as possible here while they wait for their main tank to sort of come back. A Diva Bomb gets sent way into the back here, and gets Audit to Kant, who is positioned behind the bus. Lunacy is going to have to use the res to get Audit right back, but by this time it looks like the Deadlock gang have sort of reestablished their defense. Valkyrie popped right away here on this push. They're going to try to see if they can sort of get anybody they can here up in the air. Dueling Valkyries here popped by both teams. So now it looks like looks like a Rydarius here with the Genji Blade trying to get anybody that he can. He's on the ground here, does get Branjo, which is the big kill, gets Danger Man too, not with the blade, and now he's diving here on Vectoritas. That's 3. Rydarius clearing out the point, and this is probably going to end up being a take here for WSOL.
Yeah, WSOL looking very organized, especially as Sensic did take out the tire coming out from just a superhero and a superhero himself. So that was very huge of a play by him, and that helped definitely to help them cap that first point with a little over 4 minutes left.
Yeah, 4 minutes left. It took about 2 pushes here, but Sensic gets immediately dived on and killed and deleted here. So it looks like because of the way the spawns worked out, Deadlock gang actually got the high spawn here, so they're going to be attacking here from the top. Rydarius gets deleted right away as he was positioned without any sort of safety. A bomb gets sent into the little hallway here, but doesn't get anyone. But Danger Man gets taken out by APOC, who is ulting here, trying to sort of clear them out. Now these spawns are really, really dangerous here, as the distance between the spawn point and the location that they are fighting is very, very large. But Rydarius gets taken out again by a mech bomb here, and pretty decent defense here by Deadlock gang. The 2 remaining players are going to be pretty far away here, and it's going to take them a time to come back. But Sensic gets killed there by Love Gangster, who was trying to sort of hide on the side here, and now it looks like they're going to have to wait for him to come back, as APOC here and Rydarius taking charge and trying to sort of get up top and sort of dive. It looks like APOC there gets deleted sort of right away, diving into a group of 4 with no real protection there, so nothing doing here. Veritas actually gets T-Mech, and now this is not going the way of WSOL. The aggressiveness here not working for them, as it looks like Deadlock gang have got their comms and their defense pretty up top. They're pretty ship-shape here. They're not allowing APOC to cause any havoc, diving into the backlines here. And now a big Earthshatter here takes an open Veritas, but does not get killed there. So it looks like he was able to get back into mech there, so sort of a wasted shatter here by Danger Man as they sort of engage again. Fat Mike takes out Sensic, and now they're going to use Audit to Kant's Transcendence here to sort of move in and attack to try to see if they can make some space for themselves. Fat Mike takes out Rydarius again, and Love Gangster takes out APOC again, and this defense from Deadlock gang is very, very stout.
Yeah, WSL is having trouble breaking this hard defense from Deadlock gang. Both Diva Bombs going out at the exact same time, but nothing found by either of them. So looks like WSOL has the opportunity to push up here, as they do have more people. And Rydarius popping off the Genji Blade, he does find a superhero, and he's looking for more. Goes into the back line, he does find Fat Mike, so that's 2 for him. And it looks like Love Gangster is going to get demeched by Sensic, and it's only a matter of time. Yeah, WSOL pushing the payload.
Yeah, they needed that blade from Rydarius to actually to be good and actually get some kills, and they absolutely got it there. So that was the space that they needed here. Now they can afford to be a little aggressive here now because they can sort of push in and make some space for themselves. APOC with a great ult here into the back to just sort of mess up the healing here by the team as that payload still moves. They cap point B. Good actually tanking there by APOC to make sure that there wasn't an engage to come through again here by the Deadlock gang. So now it forces them to actually just defend point 3 here, but this is a pretty tough defense as they're going to probably hold right here around the corner, and Love Gangster here trying to sort of take down that shield as APOC trying to create enough space here for his team, but a Superhero and Fat Mike get deleted in the meantime here, and they're falling back. Love Gangster not being able to sort of hold with that D.Va. So now a D.Va bomb here just to clear out some space, and anybody on the point.
That is huge. Takes out both supports on the side of Deadlock gang. Veritas going big.
Yeah, Love Gangster here just trying to stall the payload, trying to get into the backline there while the supports are gone. Superhero now on the Reaper here trying to sort of stall, ghosting out. Does not do anything, so it looks like here they have to sort of come in on a Transcendence here as Vekritas comes in, but it looks like Rydarius with another Blade, and it looks like he gets both supports with that one, and they're trying to come through, try to kick out Love Gangster, and they get the point here, complete with, how much time did they have left? It must have been at least two minutes, right?
Yeah, I think it was right around 2 minutes. Yeah, 1:42 on the clock.
Very, very good time here by WSOL. Deadlock gang now, with all to do here. This is a hybrid map, so there are a little few rule changes for those of you at home. So what happens here is if Deadlock gang finish the map with no time remaining, WSOL will have a free push onto point A. If Deadlock has any time remaining at all, they will get a minute, but it will also add 1 minute to WSOL's time, giving them 2:42. And Deadlock gang 1 minute plus whatever time, it'll be whatever time they add to make 1 minute, and then that exact same time will be added onto WSOL's time. So Deadlock gang have it all to do here. They need to complete this map. WSOL set a fast time here on Numbani as we start with the WSOL's defense here, and it looks like Sensic here will be on the Widow, and nothing really too crazy here as they're going with a dive defense on Numbani, probably prioritizing movement here with APOC and Veritas here on the D.Va and the Winston. So they're going to be looking to sort of delete targets as they move in. And it looks like Danger Man here on the Reinhardt has decided they'll go a little slower, but I see Branjo here on the on a very unusual pick here. But I don't know, will they be going here for the EMP, trying to sort of try to get that out of the way, or will they actually be going here with a sort of a standard comp? It looks like they're going Rein D.Va. It's a little different.
Yeah, a little bit of something you don't see every day, but still can be very successful if pulled off correctly. And the Sombra by Branjo is going to be very interesting, as you don't see a lot of Sombra play. So we're going to see how that shapes up the match.
Yeah, so Branjo here, maybe they're trying to use this sort of forever invisible sort of Sombra to sort of get to Sensic or somebody else here onto the point. So it looks like here, they're trying to sort of defend, and Audit Decan has positioned herself right at the top, so it's a very, very hard point to sort of defend here. Vekritas, though, takes out Rydarius, and like Deadlock gang here, looking really, really good here on the point as they've actually moved WSOL already off the point. Love Gangster takes out Veritas, and they're just sort of making them fight on the point. Apocalyptic here has no remaining support left, and Audit Decan on the high ground was just unable to sort of do anything here. Still on the high ground, probably has to run away, but she's surrounded by like 5 people. Does make it back to her team and a remecking Veritas here, but a quick take here by the Deadlock gang.
Yeah, Deadlock gang with a very slight bit of slowdown, but they do manage to take the point with quite a bit of time, 5.5 minutes, just under, in fact. So WSOL are going to have quite a bit of a defense coming up here for them to try and keep them off.
Yeah, so but you can see a little bit of a philosophy difference here between Deadlock and WSOL, whereas Deadlock was willing to defend higher up there by the Jeep. It looks like WSOL going a little bit more traditional and will defend by the bus and try to see if they can take them out here.
and make sure that they can win the fight here, which is a little friendlier spawn, but that does not look like it's going to happen, as Fat Mike and Vekritas here get 2 kills of their own. Fat Mike does get deleted by a diving Rydarius, but Apocalyptic goes down, and that is going to be problematic. Rydarius here with the blade gets immediately earth-shattered and bombed.
Wow.
Good combo there by the Deadlock gang. Any threat there that was going to happen has been deleted here, and it's only Veritas left to try and stall. But that's not going to happen. Love Gangster pushes Apoc back, so he does not want to engage by himself and feed. So Branjo there up on the Sombra. This pick has not really been a detriment here to Deadlock Gang. It's been sort of useful in the sense that, like, they have the EMP ready here, so therefore they're going to be able to sort of open up with an EMP into this fight and maybe take that out right away. Sensic trying to get into the backline gets deleted by Fat Mike. What a kill! They're into the back, so there are 6v5, and Branjo here trying to maybe see if he can open up and get a good EMP here into the back. They're all grouped up. Transcendence comes out, and the EMP comes. Great combo there. There are no shields up for WSOL if they can sort of move in and finish them off. The target focusing there, not very good at all, but it looks like a Diva Bomb here onto the point. Doesn't get anybody. Will stall out the point here as it's now sort of devolved into a brawl. Rydarius gets charged and will get deleted here by Danger Man, so they lose their main tank here up front as Apoc here has gone to the Brigitte trying to sort of stall it, but they're losing this fight as they sort of push through. Veritas here on the Diva still, not being able to sort of hold her ground, and an Earth Shatter just to try to sort of finish off. And it looks like Danger Man, though, got taken out by Audit Decant behind, who was sort of defending, and another counter Earth Shatter comes through, and that takes down a superhero who was healing here into the bank. And a Diva Bomb here trying to get the supports into the back. Does get Audit Decant, does not get the Mercy there, so their res might still be available here as the fight continues. Love Gangster trying to sort of push as best as she can, but not to doing. WSOL are going to hold right there by the golden box of victory, but they have 4 minutes, 10 seconds to go. This is going to be a fight that they're going to have to win in order to not basically have such a time advantage. As immediately it looks like the engage is starting to start to go. It looks like Rydarius here going to sort of charge in right on Danger Man, as they do get a Discord here right onto Danger Man. He's got to be super careful, but Rydarius gets taken out there, so they lose their main tank here, but the Brigitte trying to do as best they can here into the front line. Valkyrie popped by the side of the Deadlock gang, but a Dragon here trying to sort of separate out the team, but a great Transcendence here by Vekritas here to get and save his frontline tank. The Fat Mike there gets Lunacy, but Veritas, huge bomb gets Danger Man and a superhero. This is going to kill the fight here again as they keep killing more time, down to 322. It's fast and furious, and finally we have a break in the action with WSOL defending for their lives here on point C.
Yeah, WSOL holding pretty strong here, but Deadlock Gang have quite a bit of time on the clock to push it in, not very much room, so it's just going to come down to how well WSOL can fend off Deadlock Gang on this push here.
Yeah, and here they come again. That payload has not really moved from where it's been. It's been sort of stuck there onto the corner, and see, this is where you get to see what WSOL are made of. Can they hold out here the entire time? Oh, and a big shatter! It catches everyone as they're not able to really follow up that much. It looks like Rydarius gets killed, but immediately rezzed, so no real damage. But it looks like here now, kills coming to the side of the Deadlock gang. They're able to sort of make up some time here. Audit Decant coming in a little late here, but Vekritas gets taken out by a bomb there by Veritas. So kills there coming to the side. This is going to allow WSOL to come back. And now another Dragon coming through to sort of see if they can catch anybody here on the point. That's more for stalling than anything else, as it forces the team to sort of split up. Brigitte Rally comes out here, and now that's going to give a little bit of extra hold here onto the end. Love Gangster unable to do anything. They're going to...
Sense it going wild over here with 4 picks onto Deadlock Gang. And now, just under 2 minutes here, Deadlock Gang seems like they're struggling with trying to get past WSOL's very strong defense. So maybe they don't have too much time here, so a little bit of desperation almost, as they're going to have to get ready to push in once again.
Yeah, what you're seeing here is the fact that Deadlock Gang are not flexible enough here. That you saw the changes come in from WSOL,
and that has allowed them to get as many as the kills they need. So look at this, Sensei takes out a superhero and Danger Man, and the fight is over before they started. But look at the changes that they've made. Like APOC went to the Brigitte here, and it's causing major havoc and not allowing them to sort of engage properly. Sensei going to the Hanzo here is getting the picks that he needs and sort of nullifying what Danger Man is able to do, because he's able to sort of break down that shield. And another
huge shatter coming up from Radarius. Alon followed up with a bomb coming up from Love Gangster, but unable to find anything.
Yeah.
Radarius with 2 kills on the pins, and a res comes out on an auto decant to get him back up, and Apocalypse does find Fat Mike, so a lot of kills coming out on the side of the WSOL as Love Gangster does get demeched and eventually deleted. So Branjo coming in, see if he can make a difference here. Deadlock Gang have less than a minute here to push it to the end, so a lot of weight going on to this defense as WSOL have been holding high and strong on the Deadlock Gang.
They absolutely have, and they need to make this EMP work, because this is going to be key for them whether or not they win or lose this fight. So the Branjo has to get in there, and there's the EMP. So and they follow it up with a Transcendence to go in there and make sure that they win this fight. So, and it looks like here they delete APOC, but a Dragon there to delete Vectoritas into the back, and a counter shatter
by Radarius.
Shatter there by Radarius to stall them up. They're running out of time here. There's 0 time left on the clock. Can they get this into overtime? There's nobody on the point, and they hold. What a hold there by WSOL. They held it for about 4 minutes.
4 minutes or so,
4 minutes, 30 seconds. Crazy hold there on point 3 by WSOL. And we see here, it's Radarius with one of his many blades. You see here, there was a lot of changes associated to the team. You saw Radarius there at the end go to the Rhine. The tank changes one. APOC went to the Brigitte, and you saw the Hanzo from Sensic. So in the end, it was the counter picks from WSOL that did Deadlock in. Deadlock did not show any flexibility in their comp at all. They stayed with that Sombra that just didn't look like it was working at all. We're gonna WSOL here have some fight in them left as we go into the final map, which will be Volskaya Industries here. We're gonna go into a 5-minute break, and when we come back, we will be going into Volskaya Industries to see whether or not Deadlock Gang can close it out, or can WSOL actually take it to a Game 5? Mr. Crit, final thoughts on that last fight?
Yeah, that last fight came down to just flexibility. I mean, WSOL, they had the great switches there going onto the Brigitte and the Hanzo. The Hanzo ult Hanzo was just destroying Deadlock Gang, and then he would just pop his ult to just kind of fracture them and break them up from having a coordinated push. And Deadlock Gang didn't really show any flexibility and didn't really switch off of things that weren't working, like the Sombra. And I think that's what cost them that match there.
Yeah, absolutely it did. And that might be the window that WSOL was looking for. So going into this map, flexibility, you're going to need flexibility going into Volskaya Industries. So when we come back, it will be Volskaya Industries, and whether or not WSOL can take this into a 5th map. Stay tuned. We'll be back with you in about 2 or 3 minutes.
Could always use more heroes. You が我が敵を食らう
敵を食らう
Skya Industries.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back, as it is going to be Volskaya Industries here to determine whether or not Deadlock Gang will be able to finish off WSOL and take the win, or will WSOL take Volskaya Industries and go to a map 5. And that map 5 will actually be on Rialto. So it will be on a map that a lot of people have not sort of seen or practiced before. So that is going to be the case. Mr. Crit had to leave. So unfortunately, I will be casting this by myself here as Top Ramen will be starting their game here at 10:30 on another channel. So if you're interested in watching Top Ramen or watching their match, just check your local listings, check your Discord listings to see where the Top Ramen match that will be starting at 10:30 p.m. But we have a great match right now between the Deadlock Gang and WSOL. It will be Deadlock here on offense, as they are prone to hiding their configurations here on attack and not letting me know what to do about what that is. So I'm going to analyze here what WSOL are doing. So it looks like they have Casual X in on the Hanzo, as it looks like APOC here has been subbed out. So looking like they're going to go for some configuration switches specifically here for Volskaya, and it looks like Veritas here will be the main tank here on the defense. So now looking very similar, Deadlock Gang going with a configuration here that is very similar to what we've seen on previous pushes here, with Danger Man here on the Rhine, Fat Mike here on the Widow. So it looks like here the defense set up by WSOL a little unusual here on top of the middle building. Usually, most teams usually try to sort of set up either far back or closer forward. Instead here, they're going to go for a sort of a mid-defense here and try to sort of be flexible and try to attack where Deadlock Gang are. So Deadlock Gang here looking like they're trying to sort of wrap around, as it looks like Danger Man actually sort of fell off and did not mean to go there, but does take out Casual X there with the Fire Strike as they attack the sort of the heavy pack room, and it looks like kills here coming through. Danger Man surviving here, going after Lunacy, takes her out, and it looks like here Fat Gangster and looks like the Widow here, Fat Mike, looking like they're looking pretty good here on point, and they wipe out WSOL's defense here. Pretty good. Sensic unable to sort of do anything, and that was a quick take here on Volskaya. WSOL not looking like they were able to sort of do anything. Vekritas here gets a late kill, and if they want to sort of push on that, that is what they should be doing here now. Danger Man actually try to slowing down here. New Elite trying to sort of slow down Danger Man, but they lose a superhero in the process. That res has to be used, and they will have to slow down. So no snowball here coming out from Deadlock Gang as they sort of push in. And they're going to be looking like they are going to sort of defend directly on point. So Love Gangster and Danger Man here just sort of trying to figure out what they're going to do. They send a bomb here, trying to sort of clear out anybody that they can. They get Casual Ek and Veritas. Not sure what happened there. Not good, though, for WSOL, as WSOL here has to sort of fall back. They're going to have to give up percentage ticks. That's 2 ticks already here. New Elite tries to come back, immediately gets pushed off the point as percentage point ticks still banging on. Veritas here trying to sort of come in with an Earth Shatter. He gets killed before the point, and they get it super quick. 5:55 here on the point. My goodness, that bomb just opened up the defense there for Deadlock Gang, and they just sort of rolled on in and took the point. My goodness, WSOL looking very amateurish here on the defense of Volskaya. 4-1 record. Deadlock Gang are undefeated on Volskaya Industries, so they've only, though according to my records, they only did play it twice. So, like, if you want to take a look at the way that the map's sort of set up, you see Volskaya, WSOL has a 4-1 record, whereas Deadlock Gang are 2-0. So Deadlock here looking better on Volskaya, looking absolutely fantastic. So now WSOL here are going to have they're going to have at least to set a time in order to match that 5:55. That is an amazing time, almost joining the 6-minute club. Deadlock Gang in rare air there with that offensive push on Volskaya Industries. So now, with a couple changes here, WSOL looking like they're going to go with more of a Rhine Diva push, as New Elite has now gone to the Zarya, Rhine Zarya push. So Audit Decant and Luna on the expected supports, and it will be Casual X on the Hanzo with Sensic here on the Widow. So Sensic probably going to stand a little farther back, look for picks, and see if they can pick off maybe Audit Decant, maybe pick up, excuse me, they're going to try to pick off Branjo or Vekritas. Vectrius, in order to get the sort of opening that they want. So 13 seconds here left to go. Fat Mike trying to position his Spider Mine here in a position that so maybe he can do something. Look at him crawl, looking a little sneaky, trying to get that initial pick. So we're gonna see if he can get that initial pick. As they come through the door, maybe get some percentage there. It only gets 8% as he has to sort of fall back. And now here comes WSOL here, as they sort of move through, and they're going to sort of move through the defense here. So Fat Mike here pushing forward up, trying to see if he can get anybody from behind Veritas' shield. Danger Man 25 here on the side, right side, not allowing them to come through. They have that Junkrat there, which could be very problematic here for WSOL. But it looks like they're able to sort of rotate clean through the side here, not losing anyone, but they do lose. Actually, no, check that. They lose Luna as they were trying to sort of come through. The rest of the team gets sort of stuck there in the back as Veritas goes down, and they are split very badly here. They are stuck in the back, and it looks like they're just going to be picked off here. Audit Decant and Casual X here have to sort of run. They don't want to feed as much as they can. Casual X running as best as he can. He's going to get away, but it is going to be a reset here for WSOL. WSOL here not looking good on that initial push at all. They did get separated. Veritas here was unable to sort of protect his team going into that sort of side flank, which is what they wanted to do. They got to be wary that Junkrat is still on the other side. Fat Mike takes out Sensic, and Fat Mike doing a number here on the Widow. Just good picks here. Veritas there, great sort of shatter. Nullifies Love Ganser, but a charge here comes in from Danger Man as they're sort of trying to sort of nullify what's going on here. Branjo gets the res here onto a superhero. How did that happen? But Audit Decant takes out Vectrius. But now it looks like with Danger Man taking out Casual X, this fight is going to go back 2 minutes 17 here on the clock, as WSOL here not looking very, very confident here on Volskaya. 2 minutes on the clock here. They've been trying to sort of get through. New Elite almost has the Graviton going on, and Veritas here just trying to get through. They're having serious issues trying to get through this choke. And now a Junkrat tire here comes out, immediately gets taken out by Sensic, who has now switched to the Pharah. Casual X takes out a superhero now. They're up 6v5, and they're going to try to use this to push. Diva Bomb comes into the top. Nothing doing. Nobody gets taken out. Love Gangster's mech not good enough to take anybody out here, but they are a little split up. They do get the Junkrat and the Reinhardt here in the Graviton, but they did not get a kill out of it as they sort of push on the Rhine here. Finally, they get Danger Man out, and a Transcendence forced out by Audit Decant just to sort of save the rest of the team. It looks like New Elites get res too. They wanted to basically use that for the res. Love Gangster here is discorded, so that's going to be the end of that mech here. Love Gangster by herself. Fat Mike here up top by himself, not able to sort of get a pick. He's basically by himself on the point. Can he get anybody? I hope they notice him. No, Fat Mike just sort of jumps off the edge, abandons the point, and that will give them point A. But it took a while. It took about 3 minutes, 10 seconds to finally close out point A. Huge time bank here difference now between Deadlock and WSOL as they actually get 4:45 here on the clock. They need to get it within the first 2 pushes here, or they're going to have a severe time bank advantage versus the Deadlock Gang. Deadlock here
holding higher up, not defending actually on the point here, and not having to deal with staggers. But a huge shatter here comes in from Veritas here as the Dragon comes through, but luckily the Transcendence came through in time, so they sort of didn't do as much damage as they could have done, but it really is only a Zen, a Diva, and a Mercy left here on point. Down goes the Zen as Vectrius goes down, and now they're able to sort of build point here as a charge comes in, but a superhero takes out Veritas, so they're going to lose their main tank, and it looks like here they're going to be able to sort of hold a little bit. Percentage finally building up here, 5 on point, no main tank, but they still don't have a tick yet. Sen 6 ult there took out 2, but was unable to sort of finish off the team as the staggers are coming in now. Fat Knight came by himself trying to sort of hold that point. You'll never see a Widow on point defending like that, but Fat Mike's doing a great job trying to sort of stall the point. Finally goes down. Graviton comes through. Veritas needs to just sort of swing away, build up that ult as much as possible. Counter Earthshatter comes in. And now looks like Love Gangster gets killed. Kills are going the way of WSOL, and they're coming in one by one. They're just not getting the kills fast enough as that's what they need to do. Finally, they take the Veritas takes out Danger Man and Vectrius, and now there's still one person here left on the point as the stall is real. A Dragon comes in to just sort of kill them. Vectrius actually gets killed on point. Now percentage points building up. The Mei used the ice block off the point. That is not what they wanted to do, but looks like there's still somebody on point stalling, and might be an invisible Sombra. I don't actually see the point, actually the stall coming through. Never mind, there is no Sombra on the field. It looks like here now they're coming back. Branjo gets a res here onto Fat Mike, who is now on the Tracer stalling out. Now the kills are coming for Deadlock. They do get 2 ticks out of it, but with only 2:42 here left on the clock, WSOL have 2 minutes here to get the last point and to stay in this game. I don't know how you can sort of stay in this game if they actually take the point with no time remaining. I think that will actually do it. If this is a draw, 2-1 will be the final. So WSOL cannot draw this map. They have to win it. So therefore, Veritas here charging onto the point here. WSOL staring defeat into the face. He is frozen and killed. Danger Man takes Veritas out, and that is not good. A Diva Bomb being sent over the wall for good measure, and takes out both Lunacy and New Elite, and this push is over. So, therefore, 1:56 here left on the clock. WSOL, they need this point. Veritas is back, but the rest of his team is down. Casual X gets split spawned here very, very badly. That's going to cost them here another 5 or 6 seconds. As Lunacy finally comes back here, got killed by that bomb. They're going to wait on the Hanzo to come through. Look at the ults, folks. They have 6 ults. Maybe all 6 ults are going to be ready. New Elite is going to get that Graviton, and this is it. This is the push that WSOL need to win this point. They've got to blow it all and take the point here, or if they don't, it is over. Fat Mike takes out Sensic. That is a huge initial kill. So no Pharah here to start this fight. Audit takes out Danger Man, and a Transcendence comes out. This is not really how they wanted to engage. They wanted to be on the point and fight, not away from it. And a Mei ult here comes out to sort of stall WSOL with a Dragon coming through. Oh, the Dragon saves WSOL. Casual X takes out Fat Mike, Branjo, and Veritas, but it might be too little too late. The rest of the team was taken out. 48 seconds left to go. There's only Sen 6 ult left to go, as Branjo does have the Valkyrie here, so they do have a support ult to save them here on point. 37 seconds here left on the clock. Will WSOL get their second defeat? And will this be a minor upset here by the Deadlock gang? Fat Mike takes out Veritas again. No main tank here for this final push. Not good at all. Not the start that you wanted. Audit Decant takes out Danger Man, so no main tanks here for the defense or the offense. New Elite takes out Love Gangster's mech. 10 seconds here left on the clock. They got to get to the point. They need to be able to start overtime or it's over. Audit Decant is the person closest to point. No, Casual X gets onto the point and we will start overtime. There it is. So overtime will start to tick. They need to capture the point, but the best that they can do is a draw. This match is theoretically over. Overtime almost ticked down. That was almost it. Audit Decant almost didn't get onto the point in time, but she's the only one left. Down goes the Zenyatta, and down goes WSOL. That is it. Deadlock gang win Volskaya Industries and the series 3-1.
Play of the game. Double
And a great Earth Shatter there. Great play there by Deadlock Gang. So Deadlock Gang take the win and the series 3-1. And that will do it for us today. So that is it for us, folks. It is a Deadlock Gang. Ooh, it looks like did I have the things early? Maybe they switched there at the end. It is Deadlock Gang taking the series 3-1. And Veritas there was just unable to sort of get onto the point, cleaning gauges at a premium here for WSOL. They just weren't able to do it. And that is that. Deadlock Gang take the win over WSOL 3-1. So it looks like here, just going to... So that is going to do it. Both teams here still in the lobby. And yeah, what a series, folks. Deadlock Gang get the better of WSOL today, but it was close. It was close going up to the final match, but it was Deadlock Gang showing their dominance there on Volskaya Industries. WSOL, the out of either team, was the only team that had the loss on Volskaya, so maybe that was the advantage. Deadlock had played it and practiced it a lot going forward, so that is going to do it for us. But there is a special announcement here for those who joined me on Sunday and watched the video recording before Monday. I had promised to give away a ticket. Yes, a ticket to the OWL Finals in Brooklyn, New York. Yes, I had promised everyone that I would do something special for OWLET, and I wanted to announce there is a winner. And they're the winner for the OWL ticket in New York on the 27th and the 28th, which was drawn today. It was actually not that many people actually showed. So just to let you know, the ticket value now on StubHub, over $200 for this ticket for the OWL Finals. That winner is Chowboy44. If you are Chowboy44 and you are watching this stream, congratulations. But if I remember right, Chowboy44 is a member of Team Top Ramen. So they are in the middle of their match. So he has no idea that he just won a ticket to the OWL Grand Finals in Brooklyn, New York, being held at the Barclays Center. So congratulations to Chowboy. He does win the ticket here for the finals. Congratulations to him, and congratulations to the Deadlock Gang. They take the win over WSOL 3-1. So that is going to do it for me. For Mr. Crit, who had to leave for this final match, for this final map, to start his map with Top Ramen. Thank you to him, and thank you for everyone on the stream. And congratulations to both the Deadlock Gang and to Chowboy44 on winning that final ticket there to the OWL Final. So I will contact him via Discord, and I will email him the ticket via Ticketmaster. So congratulations. And for everybody watching on the channel, thank you so much for joining me today, and I will see you next time.